Hey friends, today I want to talk about buying up opportunities. This message comes from Ephesians chapter 5 verse 16, which says, "Redeeming the time because the days are evil." What the apostle is saying is something very important. His great concern is that all Christians should realize the difference between themselves and those who are not Christians. The Christian has the wisdom of God in Jesus Christ. He knows things. He has an insight into life that nobody else has. And what he must do, therefore, is to walk uprightly. He must understand the condition of the world in which he lives. The days are evil. It is only a Christian who can say that. The non-Christian even resents that statement. He believes that the world is wonderful, that life is amazing. "No," says the Christian, "the days are evil." And so, we see that the Christian regards his life in this world primarily as a great opportunity, an opportunity of behaving as light, an opportunity of witnessing to the grace of God in Jesus Christ. In this way, he redeems the time, buying up all opportunities. That is the thought we must have in our minds as we proceed to consider how the Christian uses his life in this world as an opportunity to take the knowledge and light that comes from God in the face of Jesus Christ. The first thing, therefore, that we must emphasize is that he must indeed redeem the time. The meaning of the word redeem is that of buying up something, and especially the idea of buying it for ourselves. If you like, it is the picture of a man who is looking for a bargain. He wants to buy something for himself, and he is watching the goods on the stall or in the shop window. He is anxious to get that bargain, so he looks around and shows great keenness. Now, that is the exhortation that the apostle gives here as Christians. Realizing what you are, he says, and that the days are evil, and understanding the condition of the world in which you find yourselves, be like men who are watching for opportunities. Be ready to grasp them and to take a hold of them. That is quite a familiar picture of the Christian in the New Testament. Peter puts the same thing in his own language in these words: "For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries." 1 Peter 4:3. Surely the Apostle Peter is arguing it is almost unnecessary that I should plead with you about this. You have already spent enough of your time in the world doing those things, wasting it and throwing it away. Well, he says, don't do that any longer. You have wasted so much of your life in this world with rubbish and nonsense. Not anymore. Be alive, alert, seek every opportunity. Hold on to every minute and every second. Redeem the time. In light of the fact that you wasted so much and allowed so many glorious opportunities to slip by, don't do it anymore. Paul is not merely exhorting us to not waste our time, He is very positive. He says you must go out of your way to seek opportunities. You see, it is so much stronger than the negative. Though the negative is, of course, included, you cannot do this if you are wasting your time. But it is not only that. Be alert, be alive, seek opportunities, look for them, and take them eagerly every time you are presented with one. This is all important because the days are evil and because of the conditions in which we find ourselves. Now, it seems to me that the apostle is exhorting us to buy up the opportunities for two main reasons. The first is for our own sake, and then secondly, for the sake of other people. Let us consider the first. You are to redeem the time, says the apostle, for your own sake. How am I to see it during the remainder of my brief life in this evil world, that I buy up opportunities? Let us first see what he tells us negatively. Then we shall see how he refers to us positively to what the will of the Lord is. So, we find practical advice and instruction in regard to this in the first psalm. If I am to redeem the time, there are certain things I must not do. I must not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. I must not waste my time in standing in the way of sinners. I must not loiter about in the sort of place where I know that they are likely to be passing along. Neither am I to sit in the seat of the scornful. If I do those three things, far from buying up the opportunity, I am wasting opportunities. Here's God's instruction. Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly. You know their outlook. You know their view of life. Have nothing to do with them. Don't have any interest in their philosophy or their counsel. Do not invite sin, or as Paul puts it in Romans, make no provision for the flesh. If you put yourself in the way of sinners, the end will be that you will be sinning with them. Therefore, if you know of literature of a type that is likely to harm you, do not look at it. Throw it in the fire. Have nothing to do with it. Do not spend too much of your time regarding details about law cases in newspapers. They do you no good. That is standing in the way of sinners. And if you stand